Good evening, mortals. Hello, everyone. I have I was about to say successfully dodged.
What's the last time?
I am sex. Great job, Jordan.
Oh
Freudian slip
Oh
right there.
God! No one clip that. Okay.
Now you said it.
Good job. Good
That's-
job.
God, choose a fucking moment to do an edible slip. Oh my god.
Oh God! Oh.
I think the witch cursed you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's. You know
job
what?
here is done.
Let's try. Let's. Oh God! Hello, everyone. Welcome to Exalted, or Princess, or whatever is happening to me right now. Oh my God! Oh, thank you, Nick, for the sub. Do you ever just like wish you were still on vacation?
I'm fucking crying. Everything hurts.
Good. I'm glad. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Exalted, or Princess, or whatever we're playing. Hard to keep track of these days. Very exciting day. I have chosen to reveal to the players the plot of this game. Oh, reminder to myself to tape a face to my camera. Right there. I'm looking at you. Look, you. There we go. All right. I'm joined by some very fun and kind people who aren't going to make fun of me the second I give them the floor.
Bitch.
Hello,
That's you, Eggman.
and my wife, who I love. Oh, long silence. Okay, I see how it is. I probably said that just as like wife was taking a bite of food or something.
Sure, let's go with that.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a sandwich in her mouth. Mm-hmm.
Which, don't put dicks in my wife's mouth. Sorry, words. Oh, it happened again. Freudian slip. So, oh Jesus. Should I just scrub this stream and, like, try again tomorrow? I feel like I should...
Oh, this is
Be a
perfectly fine.
Hello, Pattern Spiders. Welcome to Exalted. If you guys will recall, last week you had dealt with a dethroned, a princess who had been lost to despair and was infecting people with plague and knives. You know, how you get infected with knives. Yeah, you ended up burying her. Unrelated to that fact, Elijah now has a sunburn. That's it's probably nothing. No need to look into that.
Is Elijah blonde? Because that might be a reason.
I actually don't think so. I think he has dark hair. Also, it hasn't been particularly sunny. Sorry, there was a reminder in the Roll20 here, which it says that you were supposed to start the next stream with something, but it's too late now, so.
With what thing?
Well, it's hard to say now. Okay,
What?
Pattern Spiders, you can
What?
hear me, but they can't. So I'm just gonna let
What
Witch
do you
struggle
mean?
with this while I explain to you what's
What
happening
is?
here. You can hear me, they can't. I'm sorry, what? I was doing my introduction. I didn't hear you panicking as I was doing my introduction to the Pattern Spiders.
Sure.
Yeah, suffer. Alright. So, you are walking back from the wilds of China. The way I'm going to work this, because I gave you guys a week of blue booking, is that we are going to do small snippet scenes to address the events that happened on your week of travel back. Maybe week and a bit, depends on what happens. But your blue booking will go through, and then we'll pick things up post blue booking at the start of the session. Is everyone okay with that?
Cool.
Yes.
Cool. Good. If you weren't okay with that, I would have told you to suffer. You've all passed the test and don't have to. Okay. So, the first day after returning from the dark world, whatever, upside down ass place that you guys were in, immediately upon returning, you buried the young girl who died with a peaceful expression. And the next day, you set out to head back to the Project Valkyrie ship. The first day, everyone could see that Elijah had started to develop a sunburn, and by about halfway through the day had begun to sweat as it seems he's getting warmer. It's a bit overcast, so that struck you as odd. I believe that Joaquin wanted to test everyone for disease, so this is a good reason to prompt doing so.
Absolutely. Who here, between Joaquin and Mercy, who is actually more talented at medicine at this point, have noticed symptoms of bad stuff?
Just Elijah. Just Elijah and the Chinese man that you found in the village. They've both developed a sunburn and sweating. Elijah looks a lot better off than the man does.
Okay. Joaquin's response to this is going to be to ask whom the man has had contact with since arriving in this village, and whether anyone left.
Do you speak Chinese? Mandarin specifically?
Yeah, Mandarin and Cantonese.
Okay, great. So, he says that since everyone was taken into the town hall, the only people that he's had contact with is the group that he is now traveling with back to the coast, where he has family.
All right. So that was our cover story. I presumably, if I recall correctly, the last thing we told him was that we were from the government.
Correct. At this point, he realizes you're not from the Chinese government, since, all of the soldiers speak English.
Yeah. If somebody wanted to take care of that by telling him that we're mercenaries, that's fine. But Joaquin's more worried about, let's get you some treatment, both of you, and he's going to check everybody else for a temperature, for some, pretty clear field medicine stuff.
Okay, and Mercy, what are you doing?
Assisting Elijah. He's got more charms knowledge. I have more actual medicine. So, I would be helping Elijah. And the Chinese man.
Okay. So you're gonna go treat, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So you go over to Elijah, who is typing in the chat right now, and I'm sure wants to have a say in his own treatment. But you begin treatment. Do you know how disease checks work? Mercy, specifically.
Yes, we started doing disease checks for the boy with leukemia.
Okay, fair enough. So I'm gonna need you to treat Elijah and the man. Go ahead and make your rolls. Let's see what happens, shall we?
Before making that roll, Joaquin's going to be watching what she's doing while taking stock of everybody else. And out of the corner of his eye, he sees her working, and he gives her some tips on how she can better channel her essence. His anima flares to iconic again as he grants her 3 charms, which will allow her to treat effectively, extremely effectively.
Okay, great. Did you catch all that, Aki?
Would it be considered an assist roll if he's giving me pointers? Or is that just
No,
for
he's
stun?
straight up giving you charms.
Okay. Sounds good.
He looks a little surprised at his own blossoming to full anima, and then he's like, oh.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So I'm rolling Intelligence and medicine, right?
Yeah, that's correct. For each hour of treatment, it's intelligence and medicine. Hello, Blair.
I believe you mean each instant of treatment. One of the charms is instant treatment methodology.
Sure.
And it's,
Aki has
It's
declared charm usage.
Ah.
Now Mercy has.
Yeah. Okay. So.
I'm giving the pattern spiders a face, so that I'll look directly at them instead of at my side monitor.
Okay.
Just so everyone
So,
knows it's important.
Mercy checks Elijah over, and the Chinese man. She was, while she wasn't in the Nightmare Soul Land like Joe was in the Dethrone's mind, she did see the ravages of the disease that it took on the Dethrone. So she's looking specifically for those same symptoms.
Okay, so you're checking like eyes, body temperature, that sort of thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fever.
Yeah. I suppose I don't get any stun from that.
Sorry, I was giving the pattern spiders a face. Hi, pattern spiders. All right. Yes, you do. You can have 1 point of stun for that.
Thank you. Done the thing.
Yeah, sorry, I'm doing a thing too. Okay, 5 successes. Elijah, what is your stamina? Let me check. 2. Damn. Sorry, I'm just looking up my stats. So, with 5. Okay, Mercy, after carefully tending to Elijah, manages to deal with some of the symptoms, bring his temperature down a little bit, and most importantly, deal with the ominous-looking bloodshot color that had been creeping into his eyes at the outsides. If you would like, Mercy, this is where you use ailment banishing method, I believe it's called.
Ailment rectifying or plague banishing incitation.
which is an upgrade to ailment rectifying method.
Yep. Or just leave it.
Yes, I would. I don't have them on my sheet yet because I wasn't expecting that, but...
Okay, fair enough, but you're going to use it?
So, I roll the Exalt's Intelligence and Medicine against the disease's morbidity, and add half the extra successes to the patient's resistance roll to the next interval. If I generate at least double my patient's stamina or resistance, whichever is greater in successes through the use of this prerequisite, she may use this charm to demand a malaise leave her patient's body.
Yeah, so unfortunately, you only got one success over morbidity, so you didn't generate enough extra successes to use that.
Okay, I thought I would have to roll again afterwards, but
I don't believe so.
sure. I thought me rolling medicine was just me doing instant treatment methodology. But sure.
No, that's ailment rectifying
okay.
method. Oh, never mind. Your 2 successes over, thanks to the pattern spiders.
Thank you, pattern spiders.
Still not enough, but to instantly banish it, but still. Add half the extras. Yeah. Yeah. So you through a few seconds. You're now 3 successes over, which is better, but still not enough to instantly banish the plague. These pattern spiders are being very generous, though.
Thank you, pattern spiders.
Actually, hang on. Let's see. They need to give, I think, 1 more success. Yep, if they gave 1 more success, Elijah would be susceptible to
Stamina or resistance, Elijah?
Yeah, there it is. Alright, the pattern spiders have now doubled Elijah's stamina or resistance, whatever's higher. They're both 2, so fuck it. Which means you may now use Plague Banishment, blah 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 blah. Plague Banishing a Baba.
Alright.
Guessing you're gonna spend the motes for that one?
Yes, I will.
Okay, Plague Banishing Incitation. Mercy goes about treating the face on the pattern spiders is really working. Alright, so Mercy goes about treating Elijah's disease, and upon doing so, realizes that the disease itself seems to be responding to her touch. And as she works on it, out of the corner of your eye, you can see Eightfold Paths join, make a few strange gestures, almost like he's talking with someone. And Mercy realizes that this disease, much like everything else in creation, everything under the sun, is subject to her will. She speaks up and says, "Be gone." The disease immediately flees Elijah's body like a spirit in the wind.
Tell it to consume farts.
It like literally ghosts out of his body, and you're just like, and also eat farts. Okay, so now the other patient.
Okay. Same thing. I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna go iconic for this. But, worth it.
Joaquin's already iconic, so we're fine. On a related note, Joaquin's just gonna feed you motes until you have managed to treat everybody who has or might have this.
Okay. It's just Elijah and the one guy right now, right?
Yep, that's correct. And Elijah has just been cured, for sure.
Same thing, using instant treatment methodology first, and then the other one.
And ailment rectifying method, right? Okay, yeah, roll intelligence and medicine.
So, before I roll, so knowing that this, ailment is not but something that Mercy can look at in the eyes and tell it to go fuck itself. Mercy does the same treatment on this man. This man who had his whole village, from what he knows, slaughtered in front of him. Or slaughtered, and he is the only survivor.
Okay. I'll give you a point of stunt for that one. I feel like you were grasping for something larger, but unfortunately.
I was. It wasn't great.
I'll give you a point of stunt. Are you spending essence on this? Nope.
No.
Okay, so you attempt to treat it, but it seems deeper rooted in this man. almost like it found easier purchase. It seems to avoid your ministrations, the heat, fading away your touch, but coming back almost twofold in places where you work. Unfortunately, you make no success in treating this man's illness.
Not even the...
Didn't beat morbidity.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, this is a pretty deadly disease. You can't just,
Fair enough.
like, give him a hot compress and some soup.
Mercy's going to, since Joe is feeding me motes, I'm gonna
Oh,
try again.
excellency, all you like.
I need you to roll that, please, Wookie.
Absolutely, and yes.
And it's only once per scene.
That's correct, but he can send his own motes as many times as he wants per scene. He only generates extras once per scene.
Ah, that is true. That's a Trixie semicolon.
Yes.
Is it creepy that I can talk to you, pattern spiders, or am I looking
Rolling.
like just above you? Is this weird? Is it weird now? How about now? Not seeing the roll. Oh, you just need a minute?
I do. Sorry, I just had a on
Hi,
my screen.
Blackthorn.
Everybody's
How are you?
faces are covering the buttons.
I see. You can move them. The buttons, I mean.
I'm trying. I'm so. I'll
Slash
try.
R space 1d10 greater than 7. Replace
I'll do
1
that.
and 1d10 with whatever number you have.
Right, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I put a face right there. Am I looking at you or am I looking just above you? It's weird. Okay, so Mercy gains 14 motes for the next attempt to treat the man.
Alright. So, frustrated at her lack of success, and at full iconic anima banner, Mercy leans down into the man's face, speaking not to the man himself, but the disease within him, and says, I am the Zenith, I am the Lawbringer. Get out.
Neat. I'll give you another point of stunt for that one.
And I am adding whole excellency to this.
Wise.
Does that add bonuses? Yeah.
I mean, you get to add your extra dice, right? Holy Mother of God. Okay. All right. So you set about treating this man, but it seems you've almost put the fear of God in the disease because you find it extremely simple to treat each part of him, going over starting from the eyes and working outward. You banish the disease, at least giving this man a fighting chance the next time his body mounts a counterattack. Are you going to use the plague banishing thing?
Mercy, if I may. Mercy in her full iconic anima banner with the golden wings spread protectively over this man, stares balefully at the disease and says, "Be gone."
And it is
And
so.
goes. I don't know if my mic picked that up, but just
It
like
did.
puff of air.
So the breath you breathe over the man, it contains within it the essence of health and life. Like a second breath that is drawn once someone is born or comes back from a drowning. It covers the man, washing over him and cleansing him of all disease. He looks up, coughs for a moment, then starts very obviously praying. You regain a mug. The pattern spiders say it's and the smell of power bar, which like I think they mean your breath smells like granola bars, which is pretty funny because Ben always anyway. I'm sorry, that was a really cool scene, but like. You breathe a breath of orange dust over him. The Cheeto of life covering his body, turning him into a pro gamer.
Okay, but like, chat, are you saying I ate Ben's power bar?
Whoa, this is a family-friendly stream.
Bit more than a power bar, if you ask me. But
It's more of a power biscuit.
You guys gotta laugh over here.
What? Oh, we gotta laugh. Okay, I get it.
From this being a family-friendly stream, as well as the power part.
Awesome. All right. So, wait, are you still in public, Mr. Crown?
No.
is he?
Oh, okay. I thought for a second that you said that we got the laugh and we're like on the bus. I'm like, do you not have headphones for this? What are you, an animal? Anyway, hey buddy, I missed you.
Hello.
Smooches.
Ew.
All right. So, the two of you, Joaquin and Mercy, in full anima batter, after treating Elijah and the man, set out once more. Mercy, as you're treating the two of them, you realize that the girl that you just finished burying did not have the same power you did. Out of the corner of your eye, you see Nora, a small girl, the same age as the one you just buried, and try to imagine Nora treating a village full of people with this disease. The next day, everyone else develops a sunburn.
I want Joaquin to over the course of the rest of that day use the ailment rectifying method on everybody, and just tell us we're resting a day.
Okay.
He doesn't want to take chances.
What's everyone doing on day 2? Those who have already received treatment are now immune.
Nora's asleep.
Nora is also immune though.
Cool. Well, Nora is currently right now asleep wherever we are.
I assume you're in camp. So, we're gonna do this as a contested and extended role. Joaquin and Mercy, I'm guessing, are the ones doing the actual medicine. Is anyone helping?
I can help.
Sounds good. Okay.
Ben's gonna step back and watch.
Okay. Can I get... Elijah, can you make an intelligence and medicine roll, please? I'm gonna use yours as a pool of extra successes.
Not great.
Woof! Alright, you guys have an extra die to add anywhere during this event to assist with your treatment. 1. So, the next day, everyone in the camp develops a sunburn, and everyone, after seeing you treat the Elijah and the man, understands that they are now sick, and they all immediately go to Mercy to cure them. Some of them actually begging. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna cure them.
Dope. How?
The same thing as yesterday.
There's a
Whereas-
dozen of them. You don't have the modes to do it that way.
I regained motes overnight, didn't I?
You sure did. How many motes does it cost you to use ailment rectifying method, instant treatment methodology, and plague banishing incitation?
8.
Just 8?
Yep, it's 8 and 1 willpower.
And 1 willpower? Okay. Well, you...
Instant treatment methodology costs 5 motes, 1 willpower, and ailment rectifying method costs 3.
Yeah, but plague banishing incitation costs more.
Oh, it's there. Yeah, okay, let me check that.
That's 2 motes and another willpower.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that's 2 willpower.
Joe's gonna take over the instant treatment stuff. How many more people do we have who are sick? 3?
12.
Oh shoot. Okay, gross. He's gonna ailment rectifying method all 12.
Okay, Mercy, are you doing the same thing?
Yep. I'm doing as much as I can.
Okay, I'm gonna need, so I'm going to set the difficulty of this. You guys need to accumulate within 20, no, within, I'll say 8 checks. You need to accumulate 48 successes.
Easy. Fix. Okay.
I guess we're not getting any stunt for this at all, so...
Go ahead, you can stunt if you want. You can stunt anything.
Oh,
You can stunt
yes.
going to bed, I swear to God.
Yes, Jordan, but we are doing 8 rolls. Do you want me to stunt for every roll?
No, but if you do a good enough stunt, I might apply it to more than one roll.
Okay.
I got an idea.
Sure.
Joe is going to Joe approaches this having taken a back seat. Apparently, Joe is usually the first one to try medical treatment out of the group because he's so in tune with his own need to help. But for some reason, yesterday he took a back seat. Today, with his eyes blazing with renewed passion and having recovered ever so slightly from the soul-crushing helplessness he experienced in the spirit of the dethroned, he throws himself with wild abandon into proving to himself that not only is it possible for there to be hope for these people, but that he's going to make sure there is. He treats them like a medical machine, but with infinitely more tenderness.
Okay. I'll give you a point of stun for that. Point of stun for that. Fuck you. Point of
Attached to
stun.
reflexes.
That's a very funny joke for people who have like 200 hours in Final Fantasy XIV.
I have a quick question regarding the willpower.
Yes.
How big is our cult?
The cult?
Like, how many dots is the cult of the Exalts?
Right.
Well,
Because you can spend willpower equal to the dots without actually spending willpower.
the religious organization that is inspired by you is a worldwide phenomena, the likes of which rival Christianity or Islam. Unfortunately, you had very little to do with it, and you have not been receiving the benefits.
I'm not asking for that. I'm asking if they will.
They will not. No, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Okay.
You guys may have noticed that you haven't been getting prayer modes for a while. That's because something's up.
Hmm.
You've been too busy to deal with them.
Fair. So Joe's going to spend a full excellency on this roll to treat the first of the 6 or however many he's able to do.
And, sorry, I realized I forgot to take morbidity into account when making this roll. So you guys need to accumulate 8 or 12 successful rolls at difficulty 4. You have 8 checks each to do this.
Sounds good.
So go ahead and make your rolls.
Suppose Joaquin's stunt applies to mine as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Just slide in there, be like, "Oh, I'm with him. It's fine."
That's fine. I had something if you want me to say no.
I absolutely want you to give more description to my thirsty audience. Yes.
All right.
So Mercy wakes up, realizing that there are more to be treated. And for a moment, she sighs. The weight of having buried a child, regardless of whether it was related to her or not, and the possibility that this disease could spread and affect everyone, weighing on her shoulders. And for a brief moment, it looks like the Zenith is about to bow under the pressure. Her face and her hands. And then she stands. And she ties her hair back. And she strides purposely towards a war with this disease, as only a Zenith can.
Yeah, you can have one dive stunt as well. That was cool as fuck. I like that.
Thank
I will not be emotionally manipulated by she puts her hair up,
That's fine.
though.
Just out of, I'm gonna like total up the successes. So it's all the successes, not counting the first 4.
No,
It's
so
experience.
no. The way it's gonna work is basically you're making 8 checks each. You
Yeah.
need to beat 4 in order to successfully check. So
Okay.
each one represents someone that you're treating successfully or not. You have 8 hours before this shit gets worse.
Got it. All right. So the rolls that I did in the roll 20, they're not doubling 10s.
I saw that,
So-
but it
yeah.
literally does not matter. You passed everyone. And...
Joe is gonna be flaring like fuck, just for the record.
Oh yeah.
Full excellency, every one of those.
Jesus. That's what? 10... How many motes would that be?
It's
for you?
8. It's 11 motes per cast, and then he'll be regaining 5 motes per hour.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So between the two of you, you go around to everyone, using any method you can to try and lower their temperature, to deal with the issue. On one, you find that he plucked one of the orchids and took it with him. That you get rid of immediately. But you go about and make sure that every single one of them is well treated. And between the two of you, you successfully prevent a pandemic from occurring. One that would bring the world to its knees. Once you're finished, one of the soldiers, not one of the ones you treated, walks up and says, "Hey, that was well done. That probably could have got out of hand, actually."
Thanks, Eightfold.
Yeah, I'm not a doctor or anything, or an astrologer, but I good work. We should really keep moving though.
So have we successfully cured them?
Yeah, through 8 hours of grueling labor, you've given them all what they need to recover. You know that it's going to be about a day before they actually get better, and they need to be spending that time resting. But as long as they get that rest, they should recover.
We'll be
Doctor's
able to
orders.
give them that rest.
Okay. At the
We'll
end
be
of the
able to
day, you notice
give them
that Nora is still asleep.
Did you
Ben's
want
gonna
to?
check on her.
Yeah. Did you want to do anything else with the blue booking for the rest of the Exalteds before I?
No, I'm working it in as we go. You're fine.
All right. Cool.
So Ben, you go and check on her, and she's sleeping peacefully.
Alright. Yeah, try to wake her up.
What does he do?
Kinda shakes her shoulder. Eudora.
Okay. As soon as he goes and touches her, she like freaks out and is just like gets up and is gonna start running to the door. But because he's right there, she like bangs her head into his head and is like, ah!
He's like unfazed. He's like, "Are you okay?"
And she
Runs
looks around
head first into the
and
dog.
she's like, whoa, I'm not in my room.
No.
Wait a second. Where's the rabbit?
What rabbit?
It was a dream, but it felt so real. Oh my goodness. Okay. What time is it in the day or the night, Jordan?
It is like late afternoon. It's getting close to 5 or 6 o'clock.
Oh my gosh, how long was I asleep for?
A while.
Oh. There was a rabbit, but I don't understand, but I do, but I don't. Oh my goodness. Can I have some water, please?
Sure, I'll get you some water. And Ben will go get her some water.
Okay, so you go and collect one of the canteens and bring it back to Nora, who is apparently seeing rabbits.
Yep.
Okay. Is Ben the only one that's here right now? Like the others are out doing their work?
After
To try-
after a few minutes, actually, everyone starts to funnel back in. This is at the end of the day when the treatment is complete.
Okay. And you said Nora was
Mercy-
immune to the disease.
Yes. Mercy and Joaquin look bone tired, though. They're also glowing like fucking lighthouses.
They are no bones, as the kids say these days.
Actually, no, they look amazing. Like actual angels incarnated in the flesh.
You said that
They-
they look tired.
They don't, though, because they're an iconic Anima Flare. So they
Okay,
look
then
like
never
the
mind
best
then.
version of themselves. However, Mercy and Joaquin, you feel no bones.
No bones. Okay. So Nora's going to start by just like telling Ben because he was first right there. I was having these dreams that it was dark everywhere, dark and murky. And in one of the dreams, I was captured by darkness. It was just dark, but you could feel it and it was suffocating me. Like it was pressing into my chest and I couldn't breathe. And I screamed and screamed. And I woke up and I was in my room, back home. It was 2 o'clock in the morning and my parents must have been asleep. So I get up out of my bed just to make sure that everything else is okay in my room. And out of the corner of my eye, I see something dash past me. I look towards my closet, and there's this little white rabbit, and it has this heart on its back, a red heart, and just looks at me. I look at it. Its ears twitch towards the doors, and it runs into my closet. I go, and I step into my closet, opening the door, and it's still dark, so there's no lights on. And I'm falling. I'm falling and falling until I could see ground coming fast at me. And just as I brake for impact, I'm shifted awake. And this is a place like you've never seen before. It's beautiful. It's pristine. And the white rabbit runs along a trail, and on the trail there's these soldiers or guards in suits of armor, like the ones that you would read in a book as a kid, with kings and queens and princesses carrying
like
halberds.
Alice
and
in Wonderland.
sort of carrying halberds, and they were marching in formation, I think. I don't really know what the best word is to describe it, but they were marching towards the city. So where I was inside this forest, and they were marching back towards the city. So I didn't know if they were going to attack if I said anything, so I just kind of followed them, following the rabbit, following the soldiers, back through to the outside walls of the most beautiful city I've ever seen. It glowed. They opened up the castle's drawbridge, and they go inside. And out of curiosity, and no one seems to stop me, I follow right behind them into the city. And it just feels so warm and peaceful here.
Just to interject, everyone returns about this point.
And just stroking his chin, listening to this child, nodding his head.
Yeah. And just inside the castle walls, there is this absolutely beautiful woman. Tall,
Thank
slender,
you for coming, Blair.
in dress that was crimson and full of rubies and diamonds. And she looked really surprised for a second as she looked at me. I remember seeing this woman in my dreams again. And again and again. But this time she looked at me as she walked towards me. This never happened before. And then she addressed me. She asked if I would be a guide to lead her and the armies out of the darkness and back into light. And as her words filled my mind, the darkness just outside, you could see it. It was creeping in the horizon. Creeping. And then that's when he woke me up, and now I'm here.
I would say it was probably just a dream, but, well, nothing seems to be normal around here.
I'm sorry, just Ben is the one that listens to this like clearly prophetic dream, and Ben's like, "Yeah, dreams be crazy, right?" And then you guys just go about your day.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think
Ben's just like, I had a dream I was still in customer service. It was weird.
Oh my
I
god!
was naked and there was a lot, like the whole
Everyone was
restaurant
tigers.
full, and there was a lineup of cars around the drive-through, and I was by myself, and like nobody, the burgers weren't coming down the chute, and I was very concerned.
like, fell out. It was a mess, man.
Yeah, nobody here has ever had that dream.
And I had to do a math test, I think.
Oh, I hate that one. Sounds bad.
Yeah, Ben would just be like, oh, I'm not really sure what it's about. Maybe bring it up with Elijah or Mercy. They might have a better idea what
So they
it
would have
be
heard
about.
that last part for sure as they walked.
Yeah. No, speaking of, hey,
Actually, how out of earshot are they? Would I have been able to hear the entire thing?
Yeah, you heard the entire thing.
Okay. I'm just gonna stay quiet on it for now and try and figure it out in my brain, because we
Nora.
don't know much about where she's from, do we? Like the princesses?
You guys know as much as Nora does, which is, hang on, let me check my notes here.
Do you ever tell
Nothing.
them where they're from?
What?
Did I ever mention to them? Or no, not yet.
You have no idea where you're from, aside
Okay,
from
cool.
the fact that you're apparently a princess, according to the weird bird or weird butterfly that talks at you sometimes.
Does the butterfly have any insight on where she's from?
Butterfly is not there at the moment.
Joe has a question for Nora. Did you just wake up?
It feels like I woke up 3 times throughout that whole dream. It was real. Like, I felt like... And then she'll, like, pinch somebody. Like, it was like that.
Ow.
If you've been dreaming this whole time, then you've been asleep for almost 18 hours, or almost 16 hours. Is that roughly accurate, Jordan?
Yeah, about that.
No one's bothered to check the child.
In their defense, outbreak.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, what even is the day right now?
It's
Joe
Tuesday.
tells her. It's the day after she went to sleep, but, like, it's already late
Late.
evening.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
I'm going to want you to repeat the details of your dream. I'll write it down and see if I can figure out anything through sorcery or otherwise that is relevant.
Maybe you should take a nap, Joe.
I'm fine. He stumbles
I'm
a
fine,
little
he says, bleaching the inside of the tent.
bit. Yeah,
Joe?
that is happening then.
Joe. Zenith's orders. We're both taking the rest of the night off.
You're right. Please write it down, someone. Good night.
I'll get you
Just
some
try to
paper,
do
Nora.
this.
Okay.
Eightfold is standing right beside you when you turn around, so you almost walk into him, but not quite. He's holding out a notebook to you.
Fucking
To who?
damn it.
To you, Nora.
Oh, thanks.
You can tell it's Eightfold because you've never met this man before in your life, and he's just here.
And knowing Nora, she already memorized the names of all of the men.
Correct, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, you're welcome. We've met before. Don't worry about it. You'll forget tomorrow.
Okay.
It's totally understandable. It's a hazard of my job. It's fine. He knows me, and he points over to Ben.
Hi, Stalker.
I'm technically not a stalker. More of a very effective friend.
Are you a pervert?
No! Wait, what do you classify as a pervert?
Looks at Ben.
I'm leaving
It's
this
a mercy.
conversation.
If you have to ask, there's probably a problem.
No. I just... Different cultures consider different things perverted. Like, I'm not married, for example.
Remember, you're talking to a child.
Yes, I know that. Nora, how old are you? He looks over at Nora.
17.
17. Fascinating. Ben, what were you doing when you were 17 years old?
What were you doing, Ben?
Speaking of children
Definitely
being in the
nothing
room,
perverted.
You know, Ben, for you, I might actually believe that. Anyway, the point I was trying to get to is that I think that means something. So, while you went into the hole, I think this world has an underworld. And there's a lot of things that I have to explain for that to make sense, but I think we should go talk to Autochthon.
that would give me a chance to speak with Ceaseless. I'd be very appreciative of that.
Wasn't he the one that wanted to experiment on me?
Yes, Autochthon is difficult, but he is also the architect of the soul and potentially understands the construction of worlds better than anyone that has ever existed or will exist.
I don't think you need to spare Autochthon's feelings. He self-describes as a mad genius. He says that all geniuses are mad because he invented them.
Joaquin, I understand you're the Twilight. How long did you spend on Autochthonia?
Long enough to understand many
Oh.
things, but digress. You are correct. How many hundreds of years were you there?
4.
I understand the point. Really? 4? Wow.
400 years.
Oh.
At any rate, Autochthon
I'm
is
very
fine
sorry.
self-describing as a mad genius, but call him mad and he will be very upset. Or not. It's hard to tell. Sometimes he's fine, and sometimes you wake up in a different city on the other side of Autochthonia with no pens. And a third soul grafted to your arm.
Are you speaking from experience?
Yes.
I was going to ask
That was
same
the
question.
worst day I have ever had. And the worst part is, the maidens didn't interfere, either because they can't, or because that was supposed to happen. That might have been fate.
Maybe they were laughing too hard.
Mercury could have been laughing. Mercury does appreciate funny circumstances.
Yeah.
He looks wistful for a moment. Yes, so we should talk to Autochthon. Oh! Or maybe there's an expert here. Do you
You
know?
have any recommendations?
Yes, I recommend that we go and dig up the corpse of the man who wrote the Necronomicon. Maybe he'll tell us.
Nope.
You're the
Sounds
locals, you
Nope.
tell me.
Nope. 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 Ben
Not
just
me,
walked
Skull.
away,
I'm
just
wearing
saying nope.
We
Nope.
can check in
Nope.
with with IAM when we get back into service.
Yeah. Counter argument, you could just talk to Autochthon now.
I don't feel prepared to talk to a Autochthon on this honestly.
Also, I feel like discussing Autochthon, having a conversation with him in the presence of so many people could cause.
Heroes, you're right.
Issues.
That's a good point. Okay, well, we should get walking then. As he turns around, you guys have this weird, like, moment where Eightfold looks wrong, but it passes.
Does he still look like the same person afterwards?
No, not at all.
He's a different person.
Completely. Nora, you forget that he came in, but you have your notepad and you're writing down what you need to.
Cool. Neat.
Uh,
Okay, I'll get writing.
You only remember one of the soldiers giving you that notepad, and over time, the details fill in until it's one specific soldier that was very nice to you the whole walk over here.
He was really nice. I wonder if I'll see him again.
I mean, he's outside being treated for the plague.
Yeah, I wonder if I'll see him again.
All right. So you guys take a day to rest. The next day, the soldiers are feeling much better, and you have Nora's dream journal.
I should really keep this so I can add more to it too.
You
Good
travel, and for a few days, nothing happens. Eventually, you reach the coast. The Chinese man parts
believe-
ways with you.
I believe before we reach the coast, Elijah wanted to get a deal from the man.
Yeah, actually, I was wanting to have a conversation with him about him not speaking of our little group of mercenaries being here.
Do you speak Chinese?
I speak Mandarin.
Great. So, what are the terms of this pact?
I am going to ask him to promise not to discuss with anybody that we were here. If he wants to discuss if he wants to talk about everything else that happened, feel free. People will think he's insane. That's not my problem.
Okay. He immediately agrees to the terms of your pact. He doesn't even try to negotiate. He just says that he will listen. Yes, he won't tell anyone you were here.
Okay. Does the pact take, or is
Yes,
this
it absolutely does.
Okay, cool.
Autochthon alters the pact. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
Autocathon's like, need a pact. Do you know what I'm gonna do with that? And
Every
also,
single-
Autocathon can now see out of this guy's eyeballs. Just cuz.
This poor man.
Anyway,
Mercy and Ben also have a quick conversation while they're before they leave the wilds.
Shit, was this
Okay.
before or after Elijah was cured?
Canonically after.
Fuck. You might have overheard. What have you done?
Elijah did overhear. Anyway,
Fine. Okay, fine. Aki, you tell him what happened. I don't want to tell him.
That's fine.
'Cause-
You know
Ben
what?
and Mercy had a conversation. I'm not
yay!
telling you guys the details.
I'm moving into dead chat. Elijah, you want to join me?
Sure.
Alright. While those nerds are gone, let's be kind to them behind their back. Aki and
Ew.
Sucrown are super cool people. I'm very grateful to them for sticking through this campaign and the last one. Anyway, moving right along. So you guys get to the beach where you part ways, you form your pact, and while everyone's loading up onto the Kodiak to go back to the ship, just as you're leaving the beach, a tiger comes out of the forest behind you, walks towards the shore, and almost seems to be seeing you off. Then it turns back, not a second thought, and walks right back into the forest.
Ben's like fangirling, like, oh my god, he's so beautiful.
What
It
happened?
it looks specifically at you, Ben.
A tiger popped out to say bye.
Hunting season.
No!
Uh,
I will punch you again, Elisha. Don't test me.
I will punch you, he says with the same sort of tone of someone saying, I'm about to blow your head off with this 50 cal.
More effective than his 50 cal.
How many
Technically
rins
true.
was it last time, Elijah?
Okay, so,
Shoot, it's one more thing. I'm gonna steal Elijah for one more second.
alright. Perish.
Damn it.
So you guys get back to the ship. The leader of Operation Valkyrie asks for a report as soon as you get back.
Joe's gonna fill him in.
All details?
Yes.
Okay. He has all of it recorded. He has someone else writing it down, and he has a third person who's just listening. He explains that they're trying to record it in as many ways as possible because arcane secrets tend to have a way of getting away from you.
A wise precaution.
He nods and says, "We've been operating since the late 40s. We know what we're about."
I'll also submit a digital record that I took while we were walking. It'll be, what's your email address?
He says, "We'll just take the hardware from you, and we'll give it back when we're done."
Hands them his phone.
Okay. He takes it and hands it off to someone who immediately leaves the room. He says, "So, what are the chances that this intel is actionable in order to fight the threat that we're facing here?"
I would say...
Did you brief him on Nora's dreams?
That's a good question. I don't know that... I think that Joaquin, knowing that we don't know what's going on yet, wouldn't consider that... would consider it, like, misleadingly incomplete information, even if it's relevant to all of this. He would definitely put more importance on the fact that the Dethroned spoke to her directly and seemed to be speaking to her when she said, "You have to save them."
We do know, however, that there was a princess that worked with them previously.
Yes, you do.
So it might be worth it to share that.
Okay. Are you going to share the dreams, or just that the Dethroned addressed Nora directly?
Definitely that the Dethroned addressed Nora directly, And if Elijah finds it relevant, then Elijah can absolutely pipe up and say, "This happened. Our princess had a dream, and here's what it was."
I will tell them about parts of it. I won't tell them about the army or anything like that, but I'll tell them about the woman asking Nora to bring them from the darkness. Assuming that is okay with Nora, of course.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I will tell them about that portion of it. That she had a dream about a woman in a beautiful place. I think it was a palace or a castle. My memory's not great.
It was a city a palace inside a city.
Okay, a palace inside a city, and that she was asking Nora to bring them back from the darkness.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's about it.
So he says, interesting. Okay, I need the room, and everyone leaves, except of course you guys. He says, so near the end of her life, our agent reported meeting a woman who informed her that she was fated to save the world and bring back the kingdom. Now, not long after that, she started to have episodes, manic, depressive. She honestly went off the deep end near the end. We managed to get through to her, and we thought that the therapy was working, but it clearly wasn't. She ended up taking her own life. I have to know, Nora, and he looks at you directly. Did this woman mention anything about you being chosen or prophesied or anything like that?
Yes, she did. She said that I had to be the one to lead them back from the darkness into the light. It had to be me.
He nods. Okay, I'm gonna recommend that you stay with us for at least the next few weeks, so we can get a mental assessment.
What?
Our understanding of this event is that it may have something to do with the innate nature of what you are, and it may be something that drives you to madness. I'm really sorry, Nora. I know you're quite young, and this isn't something you want to hear, but I think it's best for everyone involved that you stay under supervision for a while.
Nora will look at the others.
She is currently under our guardianship per her parents' request. Accordingly,
he nods
I'm
and
not
says,
prepared to promise that.
he nods and says, I understand that, but we have some experience with this, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess you've never worked with someone similar to Nora before, have you?
No, I can't claim experience, and experience will matter. He looks to Nora and says, I want you to be informed.
Okay.
They may have information that can help you that no one else does. Would you assent to at least the next 4 days of these assessments that they're mentioning and tell us how you are feeling at the end of them? If one of us is with you at all times.
Okay, I just don't want to be by myself here.
The sergeant smiles and says, oh, that won't be a problem. As of now, you're under suicide watch.
I'll stay with you while we wait for the next few days to pass.
I'll be there during the assessments, all of them.
He says, of course. Speaking of, we should get an initial observation started immediately. So if you'd like to take Nora down one deck, at the bottom of the flight of stairs to the next deck, second door on your left is the ship's counselor. Go and should go tell her what's happening. Mercy, if you wouldn't mind staying, just so I can talk to. Or sorry, he says no. He says Mercy. He knows who you are for sure.
She looks at him and just waits.
And then he just waits for you guys to take Nora out of the room.
Okay.
And then once she's gone, he's gonna say, "We're also going to watch to see if she gets visited. There's a theory that there's maybe something similar to what you fought that hurts or infects these girls. We're gonna keep an eye on her, but you may want to keep your eye out as well."
There's not something that will infect them, at least not without my knowledge, or.
Which is why I'm telling you.
Noted. Thank you.
Of course. We're gonna be underway. It'll be just over a week, so get comfortable. The pattern
do
spider
you guys
said,
know
"Thank
Wi-Fi or
God,
something?"
thank the gods we never had to do a parent-teacher interviews when she was under our care." Less funny note, they also say gonna save her the same way you saved the last one.
Oof.
With hugs?
Me,
Yes.
nothing is more on Joaquin's mind, and he's going to do everything he can to prevent that having to be the case. Ever.
Okay. So you, over the next few days, Nora goes in for psych evaluation after psych evaluation after psych evaluation. Every detail of Nora's life is discussed. It gets kind of invasive at points, but it is still it still appears to be a good attempt to assess and prevent any mental degradation. And after the promised 4 days, Nora seems none the worse for wear. Which makes it awkward on day 5 when Nora, just finishing cleaning up in the morning, looks in the mirror and sees a different face looking back at her. So Nora, you see a girl about the same age as you who looks very happy and clean and pretty, wearing a large crown with reflective surfaces all over it. She says, "Oh, you're here."
Where are you?
"It doesn't matter, silly. It matters who you are." And she points to you, which you know comes out of the mirror and actually touches your chest. Her touch feels cold.
No, who are you?
Oh, I'm the queen. And I'm here to tell you that you are the one who will save everyone. You've got your magic powers now, right?
Yes?
Do you know why you have them? Why it's you?
The queen that talked to me. And she'll like look at this reflection and be like, excuse me.
Okay.
Said that they want help being guided from the darkness back into the light.
She shakes her head and says, "No, silly. They're just jealous. The reason it's you is because you are the one. You are the one that has been spoken of and whispered and prophesied. You're the princess who's going to save the world. Everyone." And I can help you.
You can?
Mm-hmm. And she sticks her hand out of the mirror again and says, "Come into my palace, I'll show you."
I think this would be a good time for Ben to stop by and check.
She'll give out her hand.
Okay. At about this as soon as she sticks her hand out, Elijah, you feel a very similar sensation to when you form pacts, but it's not coming from you.
I'm gonna go to Nora because like I told her that I'd be by her side for like all of this.
Yeah, you did. So you come in the room just as you see Nora reaching her hand out to a beautiful young woman sticking her hand through a mirror from the wrong end. She looks perfect and gorgeous and pretty and perfect. And Nora looks entranced.
Would Wild Dispelling Prana work on this?
You could try it.
I'll give it a shot.
That will be the action that you get before Nora holds this woman's hand.
Okay, then no. I'm just going to grab Nora.
Okay, you grab Nora from behind and pull her away. As soon as you do, the woman in the mirror says, "Don't worry, I'll come back for you." And then she like pulls her arm back through the mirror, which becomes a mirror instantly. And you could see Nora, your reflection, and Elijah holding you.
What's going on?
What did you do? What did you say?
I don't remember.
You just made a contract with something. I don't know what it was, but it felt like what I do.
No, I was just... I finished... What?
What did you say to that person?
What person are you talking about?
The one in the mirror.
She looks at the mirror.
Alright, you see yourself with teeth half brushed and Elijah.
There's nobody in the mirror, Elijah.
Alarms sound throughout the entire ship.
Is she... Am I able to tell if she's lying to me or not? Do I need to roll for that?
You
How do you
would,
wanna-
yes.
Unless you have judge's ear technique, in which case.
I don't.
Princesses are not considered mortals, and you do not automatically beat them.
Ah, nice.
They're like exalts, but smaller and cuter. And doomed to die horribly. So they're like exalts.
Oh.
What is the roll against if someone's lying to me or not?
It's usually wits and socialized versus their guile.
Yeah.
Or whatever passes for their lying stat in the case of non-exalts.
Yeah. So wits and socialize, please.
I'm not going to contest it. She's just like,
I know.
what?
I got you.
Yeah. Okay, just making sure.
Would a specialization in deception, telling lies like this, apply to this? Being able to detect them?
No.
Or no? Okay.
It would only apply to telling lies.
Okay, I figured. I am going to use a full excellency on this.
Alright, do it to it. Yeah, that was the Queen of Mirrors, Scald. Red flags are correct.
Elijah looks her in the eyes and just will straight up ask her, "Are you lying to me? Do you not remember what just happened?"
So, the result of your roll. Nora looks confused and a little bit worried that she's being interrogated, but does not appear to be lying. She does appear to be very confused. I will reiterate that.
Okay. Alright, yeah, that's bad. There was something, you just forged a pact with something, and I don't know what the terms were, but it happened and now you can't remember. And I'm saying that to her.
Well, what do I do?
I think we're gonna have to deal with the alarms and keep you away from reflective surfaces.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hang out. Like, I'm gonna stay away from, like, interrupting her daily routine. I don't know what's going on with the alarms or anything like that, but I'm just gonna wait and kind of just shadow her.
Okay,
Until she's
after
done.
about a minute, a bunch of soldiers come into the room where you and Nora are standing. One of them is wearing a very complicated-looking headset that seems to be multispectral in nature, and he immediately goes into the bathroom and says, "It's in here!" And they pull the mirror off the wall. One of them uses a crowbar, and they leave with it. After a few more minutes, the commander comes down and walks into the room and says, "So, what was that?"
At what point can the other solars be here?
Like before the commander gets here. But he's going to
Guys, okay?
interrupt conversation once he comes in.
Joe arrives already carrying a really old-looking book from the library on the ship. Elijah, Nora, fill us in.
I look at Elijah being like, what's going on?
I'll give a breakdown of what I saw. So the lady, hand extended, coming out of the mirror,
Okay.
and
that does sound familiar, Nora.
and that a pact was forged of some kind that is very akin to mine, but not the same.
I'm gonna cut you a break. The feeling you got was the same one as a pact in the process of being forged. It may not have actually gone through.
Oh,
It was
okay.
interrupted.
You might have interrupted it. Hard to say because you're not used to feeling it when you're not doing it, but possible.
But they hadn't made physical contact.
Yeah.
Which is part of forming pacts for you anyway.
But I can also do verbal agreement.
You
Verbal
could.
agreement counts for exalts. That's why I'm concerned.
Anyway,
I may have
the
interrupted
commander
it.
comes in basically as soon as you finish your first thought and says, "So, what was that?"
We're still determining that, but it appears someone or something emerged from Nora's mirror.
Right. Beautiful young girl, right?
Correct.
Something tells me you've
Crown,
heard of this before.
bunch of mirrors on it. Okay, we should talk about queens. So, we know of 3 queens.
Yes?
All of them are bad news. You met the one that got our agent. And, Nora, you're officially back on suicide watch.
Oh no.
But there's 2 others that we know of. One that makes radiation golems and storms, and one that has agents that have infiltrated different parts of the world. She's been pretty quiet over the last 20 years or so, but we have noticed an uptick in her agents' work, which, as far as we can tell, is giving everyone depression.
It's not good.
I'll meet you in the briefing room in about half an hour.
Great.
And he walks away. A soldier comes in the room and stares at Nora.
I take it you're her suicide watch.
He nods. Yes, sir.
We're not. He looks at the other exalts. Anyone, including Nora, in objection to one of us being present with Nora at all times?
Probably be a good idea.
I'm good with it.
Are you okay with that, Nora?
I'd prefer it that way, yes, thank you. I just had to interject, sorry, Mommy Mercy. Ugh.
God damn.
Joe.
Yes, I would like that. Oh, Mommy Mercy. Mm. Damn it.
No.
The
Sorry,
duality
I
of
had
wife.
to. I had
tried
to.
so hard not to spit my fucking drink all over my goddamn keyboard.
The duality of wife.
Going from cute little princess girl to
Oh my
To
god.
think
Joe,
that
please.
was in character, just like, little princess is just like, oh, thank you. Oh, Molly, mercy. And it's like, oh, God, what the fuck? Oh, you know, maybe I'm gonna not.
Tell you what, everyone else can have Nora watch. I'm gonna go shower for the next 7 days.
Sorry, I had to.
All right.
I could not be contained.
Joe's gonna.
Did you just
Joe's
say
gonna-
I cannot be contained?
It could not be contained.
Oh
No,
god.
Container.
Oh no.
Ah.
Nora, you didn't do anything wrong. I believe you, I think we all believe you when you say that you don't remember this. We need to make sure you are safe.
Okay.
As for these queens, I'm going to... He looks down at the book. I've been looking into everything supernatural I can find, and I promise you there's a lot in this place. I'm going to redouble my efforts to find out about what they know about these queens.
So, is everyone going to the briefing room in half an hour?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a shower first.
Yeah.
It depends. Is Nora going to be allowed to this briefing, or
Yes.
is she? Okay, cool.
Joe would
Ben's
repeat
gonna-
everything to her anyway if she asked him to.
Okay.
He doesn't believe in hiding information from the person it's
Oh yeah,
about.
Nick.
Yep.
Okay.
Ben's gonna pull Mercy aside at some point before the briefing.
Be like, did you see how
And-
Nora looked at you there? That was weird, right?
Oh, I think her
No,
too.
no. He basically is gonna be like, so, I guess we're not gonna tell the rest of the circle for a while about our announcement.
I guess not. But that's fine.
That's fine.
Okay.
Alright.
With that tasty bit of foreshadowing, you go to the boardroom where you were first taken when you got to the ship, and it looks different. Instead of having a table in the center of the room, there's now just a selection of seats facing a projector.
Great.
The commander's in
Do
the
any
room.
of these... They're sturdy chairs, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ben's gonna flip one around and sit down. Like a
Okay.
cool kid. Resting his arms on the back of it.
Okay, cool. So Ben sits down like a youth pastor.
Yeah.
Ben sits
So,
down
let
like
me tell you
Captain
about
America in a PSA about being a good kid.
I'm pretty sure that guy's a war
Remember-
criminal now.
Remember, kids, drugs are bad. Unless they turn you into a super soldier.
The boy says, "What up?" Anyway, so he says, "So the queens. As far as we can tell, they're a force that corrupts girls similar to Nora here. The only experience we have firsthand was the queen of, we call her Mirrors. She comes out of Reflective Services, and she seems to be strengthened by them. By the end, we had to remove everything reflective from our agents' prison, really. Her rooms, anyway, including forks. He points to Elijah's arm and says that would be too much. We think that these queens are using the girls to accomplish some end. It's hard to say, and they may not even be working together. As far as we can tell, the Mirrors girls mostly go crazy or start cults or both, and they tend to have a lot of mental breakdowns. That's about all we know. The queen herself, we've never actually seen. For some reason, anytime she showed up in any way, our wards wouldn't work until after she had left, just like this time. The Queen of Storms, near as we can tell, is, she's waging a war, and she doesn't particularly care who gets caught in the crossfire. Most of her servants, rare as they are, end up going down in flames. You guys heard of that bomb that went off 3 years back down in Central Park over crap, it was a city in New Mexico. Anyway, did you hear about that?
So,
Did we?
Yes.
Oh, I
yes,
don't
you did.
remember that, actually, now that I think about it.
Yes, you did remember that. Aside from
Right.
Elijah, who was having amnesia. Anyway, that was one of her agents. There was a vampire in the building. There was also about 30 families. Anyway, the last one and the most insidious is what we call a Queen of Shadows. So, I'm sorry. I'm looking over at chat and seeing Mercy saying, "You fucking bastard, go down in flames, eat my entire ass." Which, what
yeah,
up,
because
Aki?
the last time we played Princess, I was the servant of the Queen of Storms. So I'm gonna throw hands. These hands are rated E for everyone. You're getting them on a 2-for-1 sale, my dude.
Actually, you were killed by a Princess of Storms.
Still, they go down in flames. I am a feed your.
Aki's character in that campaign literally was thrown from a building while on fire. Anyway,
I'll explain after, but yeah.
so he says, as far as we can tell, her agents don't actually come from Earth. We're not sure where they're coming from, but I don't, and honestly, I don't know what their goal is aside from giving everyone in an area depression. But they keep doing it, and well, it's led to some problems. Did you know antidepressants are the most prescribed medication in the world these days? Now, obviously, not all of that is them. He points to a scar on his face. But a lot of it is. We think that they're stealing happiness or something. It's hard to figure out. So,
There
Nora, questions?
Maybe answers?
No, I'm saying, do you have any questions so far?
Yeah, do you have any other answers? Like, you said that you've been 20 years? How long has this been going on?
As far as we can tell, this predates our agency. He pulls out a folder. It's a thin manila folder that has maybe 30 pages in it. He hands it over to you, Nora. This is everything we have assembled on the queens and you.
Just the queens that you were talking about, it doesn't sound like the one that I saw first before.
Right. So you can understand why we're on edge.
Yeah.
That you're possibly talking about another one of these things. We think they may be a specific type of fae, which is a real problem for us.
it's not good.
So if there's another one, I can't wait to see what fresh hell they unleash on this world.
I'll start reading.
He nods. So now I have some questions for you, Nora. What do you remember of your visit from the Queen?
Which one?
Well, let's start with the Queen of Mirrors.
Let me think. She was trying to tell me, and Nora's gonna like hold her head in her hands and just like strain to think. She said,
Give me an intelligence check, please.
Okay, so what would you like with that one? Just straight up
Just
intelligence?
straight raw intelligence.
As she like looks like she's going to focus, Joe actually kind of like looks at her and says, "Could you use a hand?"
She can't. No.
Well, exploded. So wait, exploded is just 2 on this one?
Yeah.
Or so that is 3 successes.
Okay, so it starts coming back to you the harder you think about it, and eventually you can remember all the details of what was said, but you can't exactly remember what she looked like.
she said that it was more important that I
not deliver the kingdom back to the light, but that I will be able to save the entire world, and that she would help me. But she wanted me to give up on returning the kingdom to light and save the entire world.
He nods and says, right. You guys are familiar with cult indoctrination, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Good.
Unfortunately.
Alright. So, this is the best look we've got into our tactics so far, but that screams red flag to me. How about you?
Oh. But it sounds like such a good thing, though.
Of course it
And there's
does.
so many bad things that are happening in the world. How do we know that's not for good?
How do you know it's not for bad? Nora, you're very
Hey,
young,
someone-
and you've been thrust into a world that honestly chews people like you up and spits them out. You're about to go through torture and horror, the likes of which I wouldn't wish on a fully grown man, never mind a young girl of your age. He looks tired for a moment, and then he says, the best way we can help you is by equipping you with knowledge. So, let me explain to you why that's a red flag for everyone else in this room. Because anyone who tells you you don't have to do anything of value, just be yourself, and everything will come to you, is either trying to sell you something or doesn't understand how this world works. That's why all these queens are suspect. I think the only honest one is probably the one that's stealing, I don't know, causing depression. We know she causes depression.
Well, I'll read through these documents
He nods.
and I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
That's the best I can do for right now.
Just in case, I'm going to release the archives on the Fae to the rest of you. Feel free to read up.
Joe kind of gives him a little bit of a crooked smile, like half smile. Hey, I thought you said you gave us everything.
We did. But, you know, levels of need to know. We gave you
I'd rather-
access to our entire library of lore. We didn't give you access to active cases.
In future, I would like everything to mean everything.
I understand that, but since I don't answer to you, you'll have to accept what I'm willing to give. I want this relationship to work just as much as you do, but I'm under orders from the United States government to act in a certain capacity.
That is completely understandable.
Great. I'm glad we're
Nora?
on the same page.
I may need to repeat a request I made about a week ago. Do you mind if I take a look at the file on their agent?
No,
The one-
go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Elijah, or sorry, not Elijah, Joaquin,
Yes.
do you wear glasses?
He used to. He carries them in his pocket as a reminder. I think I know where you're going with this.
Are they visible?
No, they're not. They're inside his pocket.
Cool. In that case, when you look over Nora, you could see a reflection off of Elijah's arm.
Touching on this,
Uh-huh.
I wear long sleeves and gloves always. Doesn't matter the season.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Damn, that sounds hot. Literally.
Jesus, witch. Keep it in your... Oh, the temperature. Okay.
Do. Nothing happened.
Yep. Nothing happened at all. Anyway, as soon as you walk out the door, you see a reflection in a bulkhead. Which is that woman. She looks like she's smiling at you approvingly.
At me?
Yep.
And if Nora goes like, Hey, and she starts pointing. Does the reflection disappear?
It was never there as far as you can tell.
Oh.
Like she forgets.
No, she doesn't forget. But when everyone looks there, the bulkhead is painted.
Oh. That... You saw her?
Right there.
Can she create reflective surfaces where there were none? That's a concern.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Nora, but your sense of privacy is gonna go out the window now. So long as that bitch is trying. Sorry, Queen. Queen is trying to get at you. Probably shouldn't be left alone. Be taken by her, okay?
Okay.
Alright.
I'm so sorry that this is happening. I'm going to learn everything I can about things related to the magic I used to... He actually pauses partway through the sentence. Do what I could for that poor girl. I want to be able to offer it to you if you're ever in need. It's... I don't feel good about it. It was an invasive procedure. I just want you to know, he shakes his head, that you're not alone.
And it's all connected somehow, right? We had to find what the root is.
Yes.
That night, while everyone is sleeping, Nora dreams of a rabbit, and in the morning, the commander tells you that they've spotted Voidtech. We're gonna end it there for tonight.
Oh god.
So, how's everyone doing tonight? It's the end of the stream. As always, the way this works, the players get to vote for who they liked best, and of course, the pattern spiders get to pick their BFF for the night. So we're gonna start with my good Ak friend, Ak E.
Oh god. My for tonight is going to be for Ben. Not just because Ben is great, but also because Ben is kind of consistently doing really good roleplay in the form of, like, Ben is a himbo, and I just want to show my appreciation for that.
Okay.
Of which is commitment to the bit.
Okay.
My secondary
What can I
vote,
say?
yeah. Just well, that's neat. Anyways, this other thing.
I had to dream about a tiger.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just
I wanted to keep
it's
the
just
tiger.
perfect. But no, I just wanted to applaud, which is commitment to the bit for tonight. But my secondary vote goes to Nora for the really cool dream she described, and the mommy mercy.
Somebody put it on a t-shirt.
Just wait, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. So I wanted to show it.
Eyebrows.
Also, Jordan, Joe just posted, but I don't know if you've ever seen the worst breakup text ever post.
Could you
in the
please
chat?
describe it?
Worst breakup text ever. I want this relationship to work, but I'm under strict orders from the U.S. government.
Oh god. All right. Cool. So next up, my darling wife.
Hello.
Tonight was fun.
Who would you like to vote for?
I really, really want to give it. I need a moment to think a bit more. Can you come back?
Yep, no problem. All right, Mr. Sam.
I'm voting for Nora tonight for a mixture of cool dream description that was well delivered, really good role play of like communicating with the being in the mirror, and then just topped off with Mommy Mercy.
Oh my god. All right. Yep.
Can I have an ooh-woo?
No, no!
Ooh-woo?
Stop! Oh, oh no.
But I know it's coming. The storm is coming. You can't stop them.
Alright, and there it goes. Okay, Sue Crowd, who would you like to vote for tonight?
I am gonna vote for Nora because the moment where you told me that you didn't remember, I straight up was like, "Is she lying to me right now? Why? What do you gain from this?" So you actually made me question it, and I loved that.
Cool.
Perfect.
Awesome. Do you know what I love? Receiving bits attached to the word UWU, which I believe stands for Ultima Weapon Ultimate.
Ooh-woo? Ooh-woo?
Oh no, it's like, oh, that's okay. Stop.
Okay, do you want us to do something else?
I'm gonna mute you. Which, please don't ooh-woo, but who would you like to vote for?
Oni-chan?
I think. Never mind. I think I'm gonna actually give it to Joe, just for his just sheer determination to cure all of those people.
Which succeeded.
To the point where he's like, all right, I'll keep working. And Ben's like, no, you need a nap.
Thank you, by the way, Ben.
I looked over at the
You're
chat.
welcome.
The chat is ooh, ara, oh, with bits thrown in specifically to draw my attention to it. This
Perfect.
is
Like that's my job right here.
this is torture. Speaking of your job, hey, dearest wife, who would you like to vote for?
I'm going to return the favor and actually give it to Elijah because that was one of my favorite scenes with today and spooky, and I like how he reacted to the intense, like, is this a kidnapping? Is she lying? What's going on? So it's going to go to Elijah.
Okay, so I think that's 2 for Nora, 1 for Elijah, 1 for Joe, 1 for Ben. Is that correct?
I think so.
Yes. So Nora wins the player vote of the night, if I'm not mistaken. I think everyone put their things in the thing. Went through. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Nora wins the player vote for the night. Congratulations, Nora. You get a free point of Luminous XP. Everyone else would call that solar, but you're special and fun. Remember, the Queen of Mirrors told you, you're the chosen. Anyway, everyone can have 2 and 2 for tonight. Pretty good roleplay and stuff, but, you know, not a lot of threat, so I'll give you 2 and 2. So 2 regular, 2 luminous or solar XP as appropriate. No, you may not take luminous XP if you're a solar.
Damn.
I knew someone was going to say it. And the Pattern Spider's BFFF is Nora, I assume, for
Fuck yeah.
the Mommy Mercy comment. Because
Mommy mercy, mommy mercy.
Hey,
because
just wait. You guys haven't heard the announcement yet.
because chat is easily corrupted by such things, and this is going to get much worse now. Thank you, dearest. So,
Perfect.
good game, guys. And there they go. So you guys can have 8 days of blue booking. I will post more details about the sighting of
8 days of blue booking?
Yes.
Whole day.
Yes.
I will post about the Void Tech sighting sometime this week. Do not hold me to a deadline. I will not make it. Yeah, Nora will talk about what you're dreaming about at some point. But I will be back tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. PST. I'm no longer on afternoon shifts.
Nice. May I
Which
clarify a
means-
thing? Oh.
Which means I will only be doing morning streams on Fridays and potentially Saturdays, but probably just Fridays. At any rate, I will be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. PST to play some. Should be a good time. I think. Oh, of course. Sorry, Elijah. Wild mass guessing. I knew I was forgetting something. That's why I was vamping so hard. So, Nora,
I got a
Amiha.
question. Vamping? You said vamping? What does that stand for again?
Vamping is actually an acting term. It means to delay for time.
Nothing to do with your teeth, right?
No, why would it have something
Something
to do with my
the
teeth?
sacky.
Just an idle question. Go on.
Okay, cool. It's such a weird question to ask. Like, honestly, kind of cowardly. What a chicken. Amiha,
Hello.
what do you think is going on right now?
So obviously this other girl in the mirror is like really into me. She's gonna be my lesbian lover, and we're going to join forces. And like, you saw Sailor Moon, right? Yeah, that's gonna be us.
God.
Oh my god, I didn't think someone could give me more pain than Witch does.
Surprising.
Yeah, wow. Oh.
She's
Okay.
obviously in love with me, because like, who's not in love with me? I'm a princess.
Elijah, I think we're gonna need to give her the talk.
Okay, Witch. Please make
I
this
said give
about
me
Cthulhu.
ooh, not ew.
Okay, so Cthulhu is actually this really super hot queen chick,
Oh my god.
and she's gonna
Stop.
kidnap Nora and take her far away to her little tentacle tower, and
Ada.
Oh god.
remembering that she is
Please.
still in her teens.
I'm begging you. Help.
I'm gonna end that.
Pattern spiders, save me.
Oh yeah, and Ben and Mercy are definitely not getting married or something.
Oh, I thought
Anyway.
it was a kid. Anyway, stick around.
So, with everything that you revealed today, I think that you opted to do a twist on my Void Tech Exalted and instead made a Void Tech Queen. And that is why the princess was in the Void Tech portal realm, wherever we went to.
Hey, see, wait, before you continue though, I just imagine Elijah is that meme with the person with the, like, the red strings going from, like, point to point to point to point and be like, Void Tech.
Void
I
Tech
think that
guys,
would be,
I
I think that
swear.
would be both Joe and I.
Void Tech.
Interesting.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
100% confirmed. Void Tech queens abound. That is a fun idea. Anyway, Sam, do you want to also
right,
give me ideas?
I think we're going to end up having to. I think we're going to end up freeing. It's a prophecy after all, but like all these prophecies fail until it's the one who's actually doing it. In which case, it was always going to be that person. So I think the prophecy is going to start to come true in bad ways, and or it's a bad thing if we free this crimson-clad queen, or alternatively, that's actually the solution. But I think it's a bad thing. I think all the queens are bad news.
Interesting.
And definitely the solution is we make Nora the queen of the world.
Yeah!
Oh no, don't encourage her.
All hail Nora! All hail Nora!
All hail Nora.
Aki, please end my suffering.
Alright, javelins.
Thank God.
Well, no. They're javelins of life. They heal you.
What?
Bold of you to assume I will let you die.
So. Oh, my brain.
Yeah, that's for the tulpa, you fucking asshole.
Big tulpa.
You guys are never gonna let me live the tulpa down, are you?
No.
No.
The best
Never.
part is the
No.
dog.
Here's the thing. Shut up, Jordan. I'm doing my wild mass guessing. So everyone on this boat, including the queen, is a tulpa.
Oh.
I mean, kind
Aki
of.
died.
Including the boat.
Um,
I'm crying already.
my favorite part. Yes, we end the stream as we began it with Aki crying.
Oh, I have one more wild mass guessing item.
All right, but real quick, I love that the part of that story that you guys hated wasn't the dog that ate people's connection to people. It was the guy. It was just a normal father who happened to not exist. You guys lost your fucking minds over a guy who had kids, despite the fact that he was only as real as the connections that he made.
Yep. You know, Jordan,
Uh-huh.
suck tulpa semen.
Tulpas don't do that.
Yet how did he have kids?
All right, what's your
Where's
other
the
wild?
semen, Jordan?
What's your other wild mass guessing item there, Sam?
I know that was a red herring, Ben. I know what the real announcement is. Ben and Mercy are adopting a dog.
They've decided to become lesbian life partners, despite them being opposite genders. Anyway, that's gonna be it for us for today, guys. The Pattern Spiders just answered how that guy had kids.
Really?
Oh, no.
Sensually.
no.
With consent.
Yeah, exactly. With his wife. Actually, they spelt it funny. They put in carefully. I don't know what that means. Speaking of, that's gonna be it for us for tonight, everyone. Thank you for being here, Pattern Spiders. I appreciate you as always. Thank you for playing with me, guys. This is great. We're so close to the end. It's killing me, and I think this story's gone really well. It's actually gone where I needed it to. I'm looking at you, curse of basement explosions.
You gave us explosives. I used them to murder vampires.
And a church with a
The
priest
church
in
is
it.
just
In the
collateral damage.
one town that didn't actively hate you.
That's what happens when you give him
I don't think we're
explosives.
talking
You know
about this
that,
campaign
right?
anymore.
So anyway, good game.
Okay,
Yeah,
bye.
I'll be back tomorrow, like I said, and I think that's it.
Why
so,
do I wave? I don't have a video camera.
yeah, I don't know, Aki. I should get you a video camera just so that when you
No.
can turn it on to wave and then disappear. At any rate, thank you everyone for being here. I'll see you tomorrow, and until next time, Bibbles.
Bibbles.
Dibbles.